So
Right.
my suspicion is, and we're of the theory, and I think you probably buy this too, that pretty much any Myers-Briggs type can be any Enneagram type, right? For the most part. There's definitely trends.
There's
Definitely.
probably things that cluster together, but I think it's hard to make one-to-one correlations in any sense.
And I would be surprised if there isn't a complementary path of growth, no matter what the Myers-Briggs and Enneagram combination is. And I think it's because growth is growth, right? Like it's just, it doesn't necessarily have to contradict each other. And so I think that was awesome, Catlin. Thank you very much for asking it. And I think it's interesting. I'm sure as we did this, if you and I sat down and people of all different combinations came up, I'm sure there'd be a way of going like, well, the thing you have to do for being a 4 is the same thing you have to do for being an ISFP. Let's talk about that. And I think, I have a feeling that they're never gonna require a person to go against what their mind's wiring would require them for growth. So.
Can I say a little bit of something about Enneagram Roadmap and how
Yes,
I think
please.
it's the perfect accompaniment to what I spend a lot of my time doing live? My business partner and I offer live inner work retreats. We offer them mostly in San Francisco, London, Cairo in Egypt, Sao Paulo, Brazil, and coming soon, China. And in those inner work retreats, we do deep work with the Enneagram. But we don't really teach the basics. We kind of get right into the deeper work. So Enneagram Roadmap is like the perfect thing to do if you're wanting to do some deep work as a prelude to kind of doing one of our inner work retreats, or even doing one of our professional workshops where we help practitioners learn to use the Enneagram in a deep and accurate way. So we'd love to see you at one of our 5-day programs, but Enneagram Roadmap is really a good thing to do first to kind of, first of all, just, enter into the Enneagram, I think, in a deep way and how it can be used as a growth tool and what the system is all about. But also as an introductory workshop you can do in the comfort of your own home before you come and do something deeper with us, which we'd love to have you do.
Well, and to piggyback on that, Joel was mentioning when we flew Beatrice out again, when we were in Florida to record more content. As you mentioned, we've been listening to that all day long because we've been doing some editing on it. And I had forgotten how good those conversations were because we were talking about things that we were talking about instinctual stacks. So people have been talking, I'm a self-pres sexual, or I'm a social, sexual, or whatever, self-pres. And then you just kind of hinted. And then we have the ones that's repressed, right? And in the Enneagram Roadmap, the content that we were creating, you mentioned how it was like a beach ball underneath water, that we do an elaborate balancing act to try to repress it and push it down so we don't have to see it. And so we talked about those things about stacks and what it looks like to have each of those instincts, what it looks like when one of those is your repressed beach ball underneath the water, and what it means to have one that's dominant. And it was
when it explodes.
When it explodes, because that beach ball will come up sometimes and surface, and what it looks like when your repressed instinct explodes. I mean, it's such good stuff. So that's now in the Enneagram Roadmap, or those are being uploaded right now, and it's just really amazing content. So I also would like to put my hat in the ring of recommending that right now, because we're releasing Enneagram Roadmap right now. It's a really good time to go check out that program. So